Hey, what's going on guys, ZKDrifter458 here, and today I'm back with a jam-packed episode of Forza Horizon 2 news. Now I just want to thank yet again Peter Norris and Ron Filipov for the brilliant news, but right now I just want to give you like a brief summary of what I'm going to be talking about, and the subjects are more map details, the resolution and frame rate, there's rumours that Porsche might be coming back, there's new to Forza cars, new to Forza barn finds, music and more. There's absolutely tons in this episode guys, so go pause the video right now, get a drink if you haven't already got one, and then come back for some absolutely brilliant facts on the game. So anyway, getting started, most of this information in this article comes from Ralph Fulton, the creative director at Playground Games, so he knows what he's talking about. He is like the creative director of the game, so yeah. Anyway, the first topic I want to talk about in this article is called Holiday Road / more map details. So anyway, he said that the European setting seems like such a logical choice and a no-brainer that really taps into the fantasy of threading absurdly expensive supercars through the French and Italian countryside. It's the sort of thing you might see the host of Top Gear doing each and other week, which we always do anyway. He also says that these parts of Europe could have formed the basis for the original game rather than Colorado, but he says they wanted to wait until now to do the game for like next generation consoles and stuff like that, even though it's coming out for the 360 as well. And I'm kind of glad they done that. I'm really glad they done that, because if they done that with Forza Horizon 1, they wouldn't know their weaknesses, so it might have been a wee bit more bad, if you know what I mean. So I'm glad they done Colorado first and Europe and Horizon 2. So yeah, moving down a bit, and he continues to say basically the team wanted to go somewhere fresh, we wanted to go somewhere a little bit exotic, somewhere that felt like the greatest summer road trip. Now here, this is an interesting little bit where he says I think he's having a go at the crew at this bit, if you know what I mean. He's having like a little pinch at the crew, because he says, I think that necessity's coming away from America, not because that it isn't a very fertile place for games. I think because we just thought we've been driving around North America and open world games for quite a lot over the past few years. So that's the little nitpicky bit of the crew I think he's trying to get there. But then he says Southern Europe just felt fresh, it felt different, it felt new, and it was a gimme for us. Oh yes. Then he says it's a massive world, and the undertaking to build not just the roads but everything off them on either side. For example, farmland, crops, hills, mountains. Oh yes. Forests is a huge undertaking. Now. And then he says, I think this is what people will get long-term value out of as they play the game, while they try to find new stuff in the world. Now that is very good. I'm glad that they're so passionate about making the world very vibrant and stuff like that. It's going to be epic. Now getting to the juicy stuff here guys. New cars never before in Forza. So yeah, here we go. Now Ralph explains what the guys did when they were working on Forza Motorsport 5, this is Turn 10 obviously. He says, I think it was the absolute right decision, is that they rebuilt every single car for next gen. That was a must, that had to happen. We benefit from that. You'll see some of those cars coming over to Forza Horizon 2. But what's great is that we're also bringing new cars to the Forza franchise. Cars which really fit the game. So this is interesting here. So it's in Italy, it's in France, so expect like European cars, like obviously the Lamborghini Huracan or the Huracan, however you want to pronounce it. But please, for the love of God, F-Type Eagle Speedster, please, I'm dying for it, seriously. But yeah, we're moving on, and I just talked about the Huracan, but he says, so obviously the Lamborghini Huracan is the prominent example of that. We also have a real variety of new to Forza cars, which the game that really reflects on what you're going to be doing in Horizon that you couldn't do in Motorsport. So say some crazy off-roaders, some real serious off-road beasts. Now this has got me thinking, right, the Mercedes AMG 6x6. Now that's the one of the most favourite of off-road beasts right now. I cannot say that, but yeah, Imagine if that came in, man. Holy shit, that would be mental. I know a lot of trolls would drive that, but I know you can go off-road and everything now. That would be epic. So if you get like the Mercedes AMG 6x6, the Range Rover Sport, the Hummer, if that comes back in, think proper off-roady cars, guys. That would be amazing if the 6x6 comes in. So yeah, moving on to the barn finds now. This is from Ralph Fulton himself. One of the criticisms we had on the original game was that while it was a supremely clever way to hide amazing cars in the world for players to uncover and restore, the barn finds concept was undermined by the fault that the cars you would unearth were returning classics from Forza Motorsport 4. Now I kind of think he's actually realising the error of their ways there, because it truly was just like classic cars from Forza 4 that just came back and that, so I'm glad they're seeing something different about it. But yeah, he also continues to say, some of them were all-time legends in motorsport, no doubt, but nonetheless there'll be cars that you've probably driven in the series before. But good news is that Playground is actually striving for a more balanced approach this time round. So you'll be delighted to hear that there's going to be more than half of the barn finds in Forza Horizon 2 are going to be completely new cars to the Forza series. Oh yeah, so classic cars that have never been in the games before are going to be in Forza Horizon 2. Now, I really want the Mark 1 Ford GT40. That would be really, really cool. We've had the Mark II for ages now, but a lot of my friends have been asking for that. I would love to see the Jaguar XJ16, I think it's called that. Well, it's one from Gran Turismo, and it is a sexy beast, that thing. Absolutely sexy as hell, so hope they bring that in. But yeah, I'm pumped for this now, guys. Absolutely pumped. But yeah, moving on, it says, so when you find them, you'll have never seen them before, so restoring them will be an extra thrill. And then this is another interesting bit where he says, we've got some great stories coming up about the new cars to Forza. So they're going to be telling us about new cars within the coming days. Yes! Hallelujah! Oh my god. I'm pumped. Absolutely pumped as fuck right now. So yeah. Moving on to the music. One of the things I'm interested in most, and one of the key essentials of a Horizon game, because it's set around a music festival. So yeah. Ralph Fulton says music is incredibly important to Horizon, and I think we did a great job with the original Horizon. Our goal for Horizon 2 is to go bigger and broader. Oh yeah, so you can go hard or you can go... It kind of says that about when he says that, so you can go bigger or broader, so yeah. Anyway, it also continues to say, we want a soundtrack you can explore in the same way you can explore our world. To that end, we've doubled the numbers of radio stations in the game, which bring it up to 6 in Horizon 2. I said 6, not sex for you people in the stupid comment section, so yeah, number 6, so there's going to be 6 radio stations, and we've doubled the amount of music that we're going to be putting on disc when it ships. So when he said that, I'm thinking it might be music DLC, because he says we're going to be doubling the amount of music on disc when it ships. So that kind of sounds like there might be DLC for music, which I think is a brilliant, brilliant idea. Horizon 1 needed that after a few months, so yeah, but sadly it didn't. But yeah, the Horizon Festival probably exists because we see a symbiotic relationship between cars and music. I love driving. I love driving even more to great music, so that's what Ralph Fulton says. But this is the interesting thing. Playground Games has once again enlisted the help of BBC radio DJ Rob the Bank, founder of 2 major UK music festivals and a well-known proponent of new music. So Ralph says he's curating 3 main radio stations within the game. There's a cool dance electronic station, an indie rock / alternative rock station, and the one that I'm interested in, there's a station which is all about just living up to the world and the summer vibes that you have in Horizon. So this has got me thinking here, is it going to be like chilled out, ambient, like house sort of thing, like Porter Robinson, like chilled out chilled out dance music. I think that'll be absolutely epic, because we'll get on to Porter Robinson in a second, but anyway, that'll be amazing if that actually comes in. So yeah, moving on, and it says, oh, what else did he say again? I can't remember. It's all summary dance. Ah, yeah, that's what it says. It says there's a station which is all about living up in the world, and that's what I said there. It's all summary dance Y-pop. I don't know what that is, but I think it is kind of Port Robinson-y, kind of like that. So, which was really popular in Horizon 1. So yeah, moving on, and it says, and you know what? I think he's doing a great job. He did a fantastic job last time. Not just picking classic songs, because anyone could do that. He identified a whole bunch of songs in our soundtrack that we'd never heard of before, but then became massive over the summer after the game had launched. So so we're listening to them thinking, yeah, that's a cool tune, and then suddenly after the game had launched, one of those tracks Apple picks for an iPod commercial, and bam, it's huge. Now that song was Yeah Yeah by Willie Moon. You might have seen that on the iPod commercial. I really like that song, absolutely classic. So yeah, and then this is about tying back into Porter Robinson. He says he picked a Porter Robinson track, which was Limage, by the way, if you don't know that, which is one of my favourite songs of all time. It really is. This played on the press start screen of the original game, and it kind of became the unofficial anthem for Forza Horizon 1, which I believe in as well. And again, that was nothing when he sent it to us, when he sent it to them, I mean. But over the summer, it became a massive hit. So I think it was in like the top 10 UK charts, which was really cool. And anyway, this is the interesting part. He says, for the other 3 stations, Playground Games has partnered with 3 indie labels to bring back catalogues and summer release schedules, meaning like songs have been released during the summer and that, so they can get it fresh into the game. The team are not announcing the labels at this stage, although Ralph Fulton did confirm 2 are from London and the other is from LA. So I'm going to be doing a playlist, well, not a playlist, like a wish list for the radio stations very soon, guys. So that'll be very cool. Now moving on from music, I don't want to spend too much time on this bit, but it's the resolution and frame rate. Now it's been confirmed by Ralph Fulton, and it's going to be 1080p 30 frames per second. Now Forza is 60 frames per second, but I believe Ralph Fulton was actually saying they wanted 30 frames per second to like keep up with like the fastest car. Let's just say the Hennessy. I believe that's going to be the fastest car in it, because he was saying like we want to keep up with like 270 mile an hour cars. So yeah, that's the official frame rate right now, guys. 1080p 30 frames per second. That is on both consoles, I believe. Now there's new showcase events. This is pretty good news. Now they're back in Forza Horizon 2. I really like the showcase events. If you're unaware of these are the ones where you get to race like cars against planes, hot air balloons, etc, etc. But Ralph Fulton says we've really plussed them up this time. We've just taken what was really fun about racing a plane, and he said, what if it was 5 planes spewing colours out of the back like an aerial stunt team? That sounds amazing. It kind of reminds me of the episode of Top Gear where the guys went to Willow Springs with the Lexus LFA, Aston Martin Vanquish and the Dodge Viper SRT10, or the SRT Viper, whatever you want to call it. That would be awesome if you could do that. So yeah, another example will have you racing across the countryside against a steam train. So trains are in it now, so that's pretty interesting. And then Fulton says you'll be in a classic rally car for that one. Now, I don't know what that would be, but that sounds like the Top Gear episode where Jeremy and James and Richard are racing up the UK coastline, where Jeremy's in the train, James is in the Jaguar XK120, and Hammond is on the Vincent Black Shadow sports bike. That'd be really cool if that you could do something like that. But in my opinion, I think it's going to be like an Audi Quattro. I've just got a funny feeling it's going to be like an Audi Quattro. So yeah, guys, moving on from that, really dropping the freaking paper there, holy crap. But yeah, moving on to Drive-Atar features now. We've heard about Drive-Atar coming into Forza Horizon 2, Now, we've not really been given any features which is going to happen, but anyway, we've been given some now. So yeah, basically, Ralph Fulton says it's the same system as in Forza Motorsport 5. All you have to do is train your Drive-Atar to drive in an open world in Horizon 2. It already knows exactly how you take corners, where you brake, how you pass other cars from Forza 5, and you continue to train it in Horizon 2. So yeah, it continues to say what it learns only in Horizon 2 though is when you leave the road, where you explore, and the kinds of places you go. So another super cool feature of this is that if your friend's Drivatar has found a secret collectible, or maybe a barn find that you haven't found, sometimes you can just follow your friend's Drivatar to where he's going, and because his Drivatar knows where he's been, he can lead you to collectible or even barn finds that he's found. That is very, very good. That is very, very good indeed. I'm glad they brought that in. So I kind of covered this the other day, and it's kind of like the map size, but there's some more details about it. So I'm going to get to it now. So Fulton says it's bigger in terms of the miles of road you'll find there. It's bigger in the terms of overall area, but most importantly, we've found is bigger in terms of the drivable area. The places you can actually go and explore is 3 times as big as the original one. Now I said this yesterday, but it's kind of more in depth, if you know what I mean. Then it says, and the impact of this on gameplay is virtually unmeasurable. Just being able to leave the road wherever you choose to make a take a path untrodden, that opens up entirely new dimensions of gameplay to the player, which is very, very cool indeed. So moving on to the final part of this video, guys, in the Porsche rumours. Now, I'm going to be putting up a picture right now of a Facebook post which is given to me by my good friend Peter Norris, as I mentioned at the start of the video, and he's given me one from Forza World. I believe they're a UK based company, I don't know, or not a company, or like a fan page, who apparently actually contacted Turn 10 and have revealed some interesting things about Forza Horizon 2. Now, I'm not certain all of these are true, so take it with a pinch of salt, guys. So, especially the Porsche thing, I don't think that's true, but you never know. I'll tell you the things that they said, and as you can see on the screen right now, it says weather, day and night, so that's true. A more European variety of cars, which is very, very good. So hopefully that's true, and it probably will be since it is set in southern France. So yeah, southern France and Italy and Europe. Never before seen supercar makers slash models in the game, so like new manufacturers and stuff like that, which is going to be pretty cool. I really hope Lycan comes into it, because if you guys haven't seen the Lycan Hypersports yet, you're missing out. That is a really, really cool car. Gumpert will apparently come back. Now, they were missing from Forza Motorsport 5, but I really like the Gumpert Apollo Enraged in Horizon 1. And lastly, expect Porsche. Now, I know this is going to cause a hell of a lot of controversy in the friggin' comment section. I am not saying this is confirmed, guys. Repeat, I am not saying this is confirmed. So I'm taking it with a pinch of salt at the moment. I don't know if it's going to be true or not, but it would be a tremendous move by Turn 10 if they did buy Porsche back, because it would bring back not only loyal fans of the series, but new fans as well to open world racing games that haven't had Porsche in a long time. Because the only open world racing games recently that have had Porsche is NFS games, Need for Speed, and that's kind of been a dying light in the open world games now. So I'll be really, really glad if Porsche do come back in Forza Horizon 2, because it is in Europe, and Porsche are one of the most famous brands in Europe right now. So yeah, never been, because that would be making up quite a few interesting challenges. Now, I'm not going to reveal them yet, because I've got a massive one in my head right now, which I'm going to be suggesting to a few other YouTubers if they want to take part in with me on it, because let's just say it's going to be a Top Gear styled event. Let's just say that it's going to be a Top Gear styled video. It's going to be freaking epic, guys. So anyway, guys, I'm not going to drone on any longer. This video's nearly on for 20 minutes right now. So yeah, Thank you so much for watching. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think of all this news? This is some of the juiciest news I've heard for Forza Horizon 2 lately. It is amazing. Really looking forward to see if Porsche come back. Looking forward to the music. Looking forward to generally everything. Oh yeah. So yeah, guys. As I said, tell me what you think down below. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave it a like and subscribe for more Horizon 2 news first on YouTube, apart from IGN. So yeah, I will see you tomorrow, guys, or maybe later today for the 17K Q&A video. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching. See you next time. Peace.